YouTube, it's Rogue 121. It's been a while since my last video. I got called out by Beauty Comics and Comics Addiction for not having anything out there for a while, but I've just been biding my time, picking up a few things here and there. So let me share with you some of the things I've picked up. First of all, I did join the Gibbon Gang from Reggie Collects. I got my ASM 110. Glad to be a part of the Gibbon Gang. Over the summer, I did go on a little road trip to Cincinnati, Ohio, and checked out a few shops there. One place had a few decent things. Got this Strange Tales, nice shop. They had all their graded books and some of their other bigger books stored in the back, and then they had, it's not long boxes, they were shelves that had all the comics, and mixed in the comics, anything that was in the back had a photocopy of the book, and you had to bring that photocopy up to the desk and they would pull it up from the back. So that is going to make more sense when I show you a book I show you a little bit later, and including a little story about that. So this is from a second shop that I went to. They had a few good things. They just got a really big Bronze and Silver Age collection that I got to pick through. A lot of the good stuff had been picked through already, but some of them are pretty good. Got this one for a pretty decent price because I think it's detached at the bottom staple. This is a pretty beat up copy of Silver Surfer #1. It's got a spine split at the top. It's got some finger rub out by the big premiere issue, but still nice to have another copy. And then this is a really beat up copy of Fantastic Four Annual #2 that has the origin of Doctor Doom. So this one's in really bad shape, but I wanted to get a copy, so pick that one up. Now this brings me to Comic-Con just about a month ago. This is a book I picked up. I wasn't looking too much for anything. There are two books in mind that I said if I found them, I would get them, and I will show those in a minute. This one I found at a shop for a pretty decent price, and I've seen a lot of guys pick it up. This is a Milo Manara cover that I always thought looked great. So X-Women One Shot. And then that same booth had this book. It's got a pretty good subscription crease, so but it is complete and otherwise in pretty good shape, decent colors, so went ahead and got that. So I had I guess I must have had some intention. So I brought these 4 books with me to the comic convention, and I actually thought maybe CGC was going to be there, and some of my CBCS books I would get reholdered. But I ended up trading all of them, and you'll see what I made my trades for. This first one, Journey into Mystery 85, First Loki, was a CBCS 5.0, and I did not have a lot of money into that one, so anything I made for trade was totally worth it to me. And for that book, and plus a little bit of cash, because the dealer didn't believe that Loki had a lot of legs, and was talking about the future value of Journey into Mystery 85 wasn't as good as the future value of his Strange Tales 110. Take that what it's worth. I didn't really listen to him. He was just trying to do didn't want to pay very much for my book or trade for the value of it, but that's okay. Again, I didn't have a lot into it. So this plus cash, for that book and cash, I got this Strange Tales 110. So I was pretty fine with that. So that was my Journey into Mystery 85. I no longer own that book. So I then found, if you can read the book. Giant Size X-Men 1 CGC 7.5 I picked that one up in Las Vegas at Torpedo Comics. I think I still have that video. I erased a bunch of my videos just trying to purge my YouTube channel, but I think I kept that one when I went to Torpedo Comics. So I no longer have that book. Amazing Spider-Man 129, my higher grade, which is a CBCS 7.5, also gone. Werewolf by Night 32 was a 6.5. I thought it was a good time to turn that one in as well. So I traded that plus some money for a book I really wanted. And I will show you. So I focused on this a lot when it came out, the facsimile copy. And I also had a poster of this when I was a kid on my wall of FF1. So when I had the chance, I really felt like I had to jump on it. So picked that up. And very happy with that. Love it. Wonderful book. Wonderful book. So also as part of the deal, I was fortunately able to keep Giant Size X-Men 1 in my collection. I did pick up a lower grade of it, but I was able to still maintain a copy, so I was pretty glad I could do that. So the last book I'm going to show you, I told you I went to Cincinnati on a trip just to look for comics, and the shop had, as I was flipping through their long box shelf of Amazing Spider-Man, they had an ASM #1 that was graded 4.0, and the cardboard was in there. I brought it up, or the photocopy, I brought it up to the front desk, and they said, "Oh, I'm glad you found that. We've been looking for it. We just sold it last week to someone else." So, as you could tell, I was really disappointed, and figured, oh well, my trip to Cincinnati was okay, but not as great as I thought it would be. The very next day, there was a small con. They have, a handful of vendors in a hotel conference room. So one of them had this book. And I thought it was divine providence. It was something that was meant to be in my collection, and was able to work out a deal with the seller and picked up a pretty amazing book. So I'm not going to lie, it's that and the FF1 are I'm one step closer to my end game. I had actually, before we even knew the name of Avengers Endgame, I had communicated with Deadpool 2323 that I kind of have an end game to my collecting. I wanted to pick up all the major Marvel Silver Age keys, or at least most of them, and I'm pretty close to finishing. So, not sure how much more I'll be collecting. Very happy to have all of these books in my collection, and I'm just going to end on that. So, hope you have a good one. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.